Hey everyone, Adrienne here, Indiana Backyard Gardener. I am out here today to show you guys an update on the snail rolls that I did. Snail rolls? Yeah, snail rolls. So I did 3 types of peas, and I just want to show you the update on them. I haven't been able to get out here because it's been really cold, but I have been keeping an eye on them. They did sprout a while ago, but it was just cold out here and I wasn't trying to be out here filming. So today is a beautiful day and I thought I would take you guys along for this update. So let's check it out. All right, so here are the 3 snail rolls I did with the peas. These two are the same. These two are the same peas, and then this one was a different pea. These are the dwarf peas that I got. These are the dwarf peas that I got recently, the Cascadia dwarf peas, and then these were a different like Asian pea, I believe. So I am going to be on my way to the compost site today to get some fresh compost and start getting the beds ready to get these planted. Now the plan is to just unroll these and lay them straight out into a furrow. So I'll dig out like a trench almost in the soil, and then I'll unroll them and then put them right in the trench and then cover the roots, and it'll be planted just like that with the cardboard and all. So I'll take you guys along when I do that. These are collards that I started. This is the Bentley Southern Giant collards, and then these were the Fairy Morse Georgia Southern Creole collards. So I did get some of those planted. Looks like they might be a little dry. I have to get them some water. So those are doing well. I got a few things down there that don't look like they're doing too well, but I guess we'll see. It's been really cold and probably too cold for things to germinate. So that might be why they're taking a little while longer. And I didn't cover that tray. I just planted it and left it out here because I was like, well, whatever, it'll just do what it does. So now that it is spring and my blackberries are starting to bud, I really need to get out here and get this bush pruned. I need to cut the canes that are old and not going to produce. And obviously you can see which ones are budding. This one is old, it's not budding, it's from last year and it needs to be cut out. So that's what I'm gonna do. You can see that there's no life, it's not green. The woody ones, the brown ones, the red ones, the ones that look kind of red, those ones are the ones that are going to be this year's canes, and I'm going to keep those. But the ones that look brown and brittle and have no buds on them, those are the ones that are going to get cut. So I'm going to use my Saker mini chainsaw here because it's just handy, it's easy, it's heavy duty, and it works. All right, we're back from the compost site. I've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these 10-gallon buckets, and I've got 6 of these. I believe these are like 7-gallon pots. Somewhere between 5 and 7 these are. So and they're not all the way filled, but I'm gonna dump this out anyway. I'm gonna have to go back and make a second trip because I'm gonna use this to fill up the rest of my raised beds. So we're gonna get plants. Plus I have to take you guys along so that I can get the growing your groceries seeds planted. Some of those seeds will go in my raised beds, and then others will go into containers. So yeah, we got a lot to do. Let's go. In the garden now. I got the compost in the trunk still. So I brought out my seeds that I need to plant. I also brought out my map or the key that I'm going to use for the square foot gardening. So I've got it all drawn out here, and I think I'm going to stick to it, but if I know myself, I will end up changing something. So I've got some things on here that I'm probably going to swap out with the seeds for the collaboration. So on my key, I do have the tromboncino squash, so I will be doing that. So that's this one here. So I'll be doing that one, and I will be doing some Jimmy Nardello, as well as the Marconi and the Scotia tomato. All right, so I don't know exactly where I'm going to plant this guy. This radish is monstrous, okay? I might have to go outside the garden and look into maybe doing it out there, out by the raspberries, in the wood chips out there. So that's a big enough space. It's loose enough. It'll be plenty of space for the radish to, you know, have the enough growing space. Otherwise, I might, I can plant one in a single container. That's not going to be, that's not going to be, I don't know. One might do it. I mean, those things are big. And then I also have some more calendula. But I've already planted most of my calendula for the year. I might go ahead and add some somewhere else. But yeah. So the only two things I have left out so far that I don't know where I'm going to put just yet are the mammoth radish and the calendula mix. So those two, I probably won't plant those two today, but I'll figure out where I need to plant those. So out of all of the seeds, I'm going to do 4 of them today. All right, so I've got my key here, and instead I'm going to have to substitute in a couple of places. So I've got 2 places where I was gonna do the Mountain Spring tomatoes. So instead of doing the Mountain Spring tomatoes there, I will do the Scotia tomatoes there. Okay, and in a square foot garden, because I'm going to be doing square foot gardening. In a square foot gardening, you do 1 tomato plant per square. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and probably do 2 seeds per square, just so that I can make sure that I get a good germination, you know. All right, so here's my square. Whoops. And my little tools. So here's my square that I'm going to use for my square foot gardening. And on my little cheat sheet here, the color codes for what to plant, how many to plant in each square foot. So on the square, there are colors. You see, like some circles are yellow, some are red, some are blue. So those are color codes, and then there's a key here. So in the red spaces, you can plant 16 per square foot. Yellow is 9, blue is 4, and then orange I'm guessing 1. It's like right here, you know, right smack in the middle. That, I mean, in my opinion, that would be orange. Anyhow, yeah, so 1 tomato per square foot. Also 1 pepper, I believe. Yes, peppers are 1 per square foot. So 1 of each of these, which I will probably do 2 seeds of each of these 3 because they're 1 per square foot, but I'm not going to plant 1 seed. So I'm going to do 2 seeds of each of those. Tromboncino squash is also going to be just 1 per square foot. It's actually 1 every 2 square foot. But I'm gonna, you know, go against the odds, and I'm gonna do 2 in 2 square feet. So literally everything I have is 1 per square foot. So I can see I already have Tromboncino. I'm gonna swap out the Mountain Spring for these tomatoes, and then I'm going to swap out the only peppers I had planned on planting were the Anaheim peppers, so I will swap out 1 space for these Jimmy Nardellos, and then I'll swap out another space for the Marconis, and I'll still have 2 spaces for the Anaheim. All right, so let's get started. I gotta get my straw off my beds. Oh, here's my chainsaw I was working with earlier. So I'm gonna start on this side because this is the side that I'm gonna be growing the Tromboncino squash. So I'm doing pole beans in both corners, and then in the middle, Tromboncino squash. All right, so let me pull back. The straw. So this time I'm going to use the back side of the rake because I don't want to disturb too much of what I got as far as amendments is concerned. Remember, I added all those alfalfa pellets, and I don't want to rake those out. I'm trying not to go too deep with my rake. All right, that's about good. So I'm going to add some more compost to here because it's really gone down. It's settled a lot. The level of soil has settled quite a bit, so you can see where it's at as far as how deep these beds are. They're like 1, 2, 3 high, and it looks like the soil has already settled down to about the bottom of the 2. So I need to add some more compost here before I start planting. So I'm going to go get a couple of buckets of compost and add it in. All right, so I put 4 of those buckets in here, plus this one black one. So yeah, it doesn't look like it made much of a dent, but I know that it's more soil in there. So I'm gonna probably add at least 2 more buckets of soil in there, compost, before I start planting. I want to get it up as high as I can to the top because I know it's going to settle. It's not going to stay full like that. It's going to continue to settle, and I really just want it to be as full as possible to start with. So I'm probably going to go grab 2 more buckets of soil, and we'll see where we get from there. All right, we got 2 more. So we got 6 of those all together, plus this black one here that was already in the garden. I just went ahead and dumped that used soil in there too. So this is it. This is going to do for now. I'm going to go ahead and get my seeds started. All right, so here's my square. Trying to see if it'll fit 4 across. 2, pretty sure it will. 3, and then 4. So these things are kind of in the way. I think I might take these out. So with those out, I got 1, 2, 3, 4. So that works out perfectly. All right, so we're gonna start here in the middle, and we're gonna start with the tromboncino squash. So this little gadget here has numbers on it to show you how deep you're planting. All right, so right there in the middle, 2 inches deep, I'm going to put 2 seeds. Okay. And then we're going to go over to the next square. Two inches thick, 2 inches deep, and I'm going to do 2 more seeds. This is the tromboncino. All right. Cover that up, both sides. Okay. Now, I want to be able to tell where my two feet are. So I'm going to go ahead and put these in here like this. Okay, that way I know what's what over here. So that's planted. That's the tromboncino. Okay. I did not get a chance to mark my grid, so I'm just going to use what I have at my disposal. So that's my little area that I know that I planted my tromboncino squash. All right, so now we're gonna get on with the next row. I'm gonna do this. That. All right, so I guess we'll start on this side. The ends are going to be the tomatoes. Okay, so that's the Scotia tomato. And I'm going to do 2 seeds. I'll do 3. Might as well, right? I'll do 3 seeds. I already lost my little tool. Here it is. Alright, 3 seeds right in the middle. Those ones don't have to be quite as deep. So, 3 seeds right in the middle there. That's going to be the Scotia tomato. Okay, the next one over here is the Marconi Rosso pepper. So I'm going to do tomato, pepper, pepper, tomato. See if I can get these to open. Yeah, we'll just go on the other end. Alright. So this is the Marconi Rosso, and I'll do 3 of those as well. So right down in the middle of there, and we'll do 3 of those there. Okay, so that's the Marconi. I got the Scotia tomato, the Marconi pepper, and then we're going to do the Jimmy Nardello pepper in the next one. Alright, so right down here in the middle, with a little indentation there. It doesn't have to be real deep. These are peppers and tomatoes. So we'll do 3 peppers. Alright. And those are the Jimmy Nardello. And then on the end, we're going to go ahead and do 3 more Scotia tomato. All right, so we got tomato, Marconi, no, tomato, Jimmy Nardello, Marconi, and then tomato again, right? All right, we're just going to lightly cover these up. Okay, so that's all 4 of those. I don't have my Swiss chard seeds out here with me. So we'll do the radish, which is the 2 middle sections. And radish is red, so I can do 16 radish. Alright, so we're going to move this here. And I'm going to use the red parts to plant the radish. Alright, we'll do gourmet blend. Hopefully it germinates. I'm going to do 2 in each hole. And we're doing the red holes. I didn't even bother making the holes because I'm just going to lightly cover them anyway. Alright, now I got those radishes planted. That's the gourmet blend. So the other radishes I will do French breakfast. Alright, so those are the radish. I'm just going to push them down in, cover them up. Alright, radishes are planted. The ends are Swiss chard, so we can't do those. I didn't bring those seeds. Alright, well, it looks like that's going to be it for this one because I don't have the rest of the seeds out here that I want to plant in this bed. And I'm not ready to take this off yet. I'm losing daylight, so I think I'm just going to end it here. But you get the idea. This is going to be square foot gardening. I still need to do my Swiss chard on both of these ends, and I still need to do my pole beans on both of these ends. But I've got my tromboncino squash planted. I've got peppers here. I've got the tomatoes on both ends here. And then in the middle, I've got radish. One of them is a blend and one of them is French breakfast. So this last row here is what I need to do. All right, guys, that's going to do it for this one. So until next time, the more you know, the more you grow. Bye, guys.